Same.
Zoom it out a little bit. Actually,
What,
that's
29
bad,
appearances? This man gave you 18 goals. Respect. And
Right.
he got 6 goals in the Champions League in 5 games.
Who's
Come
that?
on, man. That's Harry Kane.
Harry Kane. Nah,
That's
he's
class
a
A. And Harry Kane passes the ball the way you think Lacazette could pass the ball.
No, we don't want to get into this right now.
Easy.
Coronavirus has helped
We started.
with how sports has gone. Even though this Tottenham's giving you a breather, it's given us time to engage in the skills that you want to learn. It's given us time to improve ourselves, get better at things, look at life a bit differently. We'll never have this time again.
Personally, have you utilized that time?
Of course,
effectively, because I know I have.
100%. You might say that now. It doesn't necessarily, because I saw this thing on Instagram. I've been spending a lot of time on it during the coronavirus or the quarantine. Hold on.
Go on.
Because I used to think that being on social media all the time wasn't that productive until I started following pages that were specific and that supported me in what I was doing.
Yeah.
Like, for example, I follow Joe Rogan, 90s Baby Show, Half Cars Podcast, and I look at the stuff that they post, and it will help me to see how I want to post my content. Or, for example, if I want to look at illustration, I'll follow someone called Mr. Rhymes. He does cartoons, and he draws out, I don't know, animation and stuff, but he does for music videos.
Okay.
You can learn skills from people like that. So, I was spending time on Instagram.
Yeah, you're gonna act like you were spending productive time.
Yeah, no, I was, and I was just taking a gander.
Okay.
I was going on.
Taking a gander.
Yeah, man.
gander.
Just a look. Yeah,
Just
man.
a look.
Wiping all that, yeah.
Word,
Just taking a
A
gander,
gander.
taking a look. No, it's a gander's like, I'm not looking. I'm just from a distance. You know what I mean? I'm checking it out.
Yeah.
And
I'm no butchers.
coronavirus is not what they made it seem at the beginning.
What
I
do you
think
mean? I
it's,
don't know what
it's
you
a
mean.
whole bunch of fear mongering,
That's
misinformation,
not fair. Misinformation.
100%.
That's not.
Misinformation and panic.
I feel like I feel
bare
like you're
toilet paper
bringing.
and that.
I feel like that was okay, but that's a people thing. That's not.
No,
a
that's not.
virus
No,
thing.
we'll get to the people.
And
let's
I don't
start,
think-
Let's start with
I
where it's
think-
meant to.
I think the misinformation comes from like trying to make it seem as if it wasn't as bad as it was. Not that it was.
Yeah.
Not that it was less severe or not that they were making it sound as if it was more severe and you've got to worry and fear everything.
Yeah.
But the fact that they weren't putting out
Enough information.
exactly enough information, the daily death statistics in America, you can't even report that. You can't even report that anymore.
Yeah, they stopped it. But
They
no,
do-
but that's because they were reporting.
Nah.
Now this is where I can't understand it, because at the beginning when the statistics were coming out, they were coming out left, right, and centre. We were getting 1,000 this day. In fact, at one point you
that's how
could go
bad
on
it
the
was.
internet and you could type in any number and then type in new case after it, and
Yeah.
it would say that exact number and then new case, COVID-19. Always COVID-19, nothing else. COVID-19 seemed to be the predominant disease in the world.
Because
Bear
it's
in
a
mind,
pandemic, my guy.
but hold on. Bear in mind, there are other diseases which kill in the exact same way. Now, this is where they were saying where hospitals, in order to perpetuate the panic or in order to kind
put
of
it
push
all
the
together,
agenda,
innit?
what they did was to save time and to also, I don't know.
Bare deaths, they
Yeah,
mismatch deaths.
yeah, not even mismatch. They just bunched it all up into one because of the
I'm
similar
not with
cause.
that, man.
But
If
it's true,
anything,
no. But this is
nah.
evidence. They showed evidence of it in America. They were saying how
That's-
most of the deaths
see.
recorded were all put down to COVID-19, but some of them weren't even down to
bro.
COVID-19. Some people had COVID-19 but were
That's
dying
a
of asthma
lot
attacks.
of. Nah, that's a lot of. That's a
Because
lot
they were
of.
getting neglected, they just said, okay, because COVID.
Bro,
Yeah, they were just saying COVID, but it
That's
was
a lot of
someone had COVID,
Donald
but they also
Trump
had an asthma
protection,
attack.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I'm not saying
That
that.
is, man.
No, I'm not saying
That
in
is
terms
because
technically-
we're acting as if he's dealt with this in any sort of
But
rational.
I haven't said
way.
that. I haven't said that.
I
at
know
all,
you
bro.
haven't said that, but this would be my reasoning behind why they would tell you that everything was being documented as such. When in the UK, they were actually not documenting things off of the basis of it being coronavirus.
Exactly, but that's what I'm saying. There's a
So
contrast.
no, but that
That
would
was at
mean
the
that
very
would then
beginning,
mean that you would have a reduced number that you would be reporting, which would be misinformation against the same case. It wouldn't be that you're not putting things down to it's COVID-19 all the time. They were putting the things down to we're not going to register this as any sort of death. It's just going to be a passing. So
But then that goes hand in hand with America. America are saying all the deaths are COVID. The UK is saying
I don't know
no,
if
there
they
is
are.
no COVID. So I'll pose this question to both of you, right? Before we even dive into this, who do you think handled it better? We've got technically the best of two bads. We've got Joris Bonson and DJ Trump.
this guy.
Which one of them handled it the best? which one of them is handling the pandemic?
Bruv,
I'm
neither,
gonna say,
Exactly.
I'm gonna say neither, and we've helped them with this. How is it?
How?
How is it that we have been told there's a pandemic, and the first thing we think about is, damn man, let's get me some toilet paper.
Yeah, I don't know what that was.
Honestly,
Well and truly.
why is that the first
I
thought?
think there's bare people in this world that need to answer to their sins, bro. They're
Yeah,
just bashing in that, fam. That has to be the case, fam. Cause how can you bro, the whole thing, they said, yeah,
Nah.
3 months off work
can't
and
believe
furlough money, might as well. What the fuck? Come on, fam.
Nah,
So
you know
we
what?
live
You
in a
know what?
racist country, bro. They could
Theory
all of the
number one,
things, you know.
Theory number one that I was gonna say is from all the takeaways just running through your belly, but
What?
toilet paper?
Oh,
Have you know curry, the most thing
I
that's
thought that
most
was
through
that-
takeaways and time.
That's
like,
like that's just like herd mentality.
Yeah, there we go.
When someone starts doing it, like instantaneously it trends. Oh shit, I need toilet paper. So let me be one of these people that's going to go
So
in.
Mel goes Tesco's and says, "Rah, I don't really want to have to come back to this shop. I'm gonna grab 4 toilet papers." Now I see Mel at the end of the hour. I'm like, "Rah, that's a good idea, you know. I take 6." Kamasi's like, "Damn man, that's going out fast." He's not even thinking about collecting it. He's thinking, "Rah, that's going quick, yeah. Let me just grab as many as I can." So that's kind of how the whole thing of the cases being reported has gone throughout all the countries. It's like one country started off reporting it, country goes crazy. The UK goes, we don't want our economy to go down like that. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna hide it. Then America
I'm
goes,
with that.
look at the UK. What we're gonna do is we're gonna say all the deaths that are similar to it are COVID. Now that makes no sense in itself.
Nah, it
but
doesn't.
what sense does Trump actually make?
Yeah.
Whatsoever.
But then it takes you on to the next bit. Coming to cure the disease now. Solving the disease. Suppressing the disease. My highlight of the whole virus is Boris Johnson's "go outside, don't go outside" speech.
My highlight.
Yeah, man.
That was
My
a
Yeah, I
highlight.
say you put a little clip of this.
Oh, I'm gonna
that
soundbite it in.
You know, my
I
highlight
have
was,
to. That was actually, that's the man that's running the country. you
Nah,
know?
wait, my highlight was
He was a meme for a minute.
he's been a meme, bro. But him getting the virus, thanking all of the NHS nurses for essentially saving his life, and then giving everyone increases in their wages except for nurses in the health sector.
Bro,
That's
they should've
disgusting.
just-
That's the
No
audacity.
offense to
It's
they
mad,
should've just
it's
left
mad.
him still.
Yeah, but then
It's mad.
where are they going to go? They voted him in. Everyone did say, "Don't vote this man in. He doesn't care about you." But he was like, "No, investment is coming to the NHS. This is the time for investment in the NHS."
Can we throw
Did
it back
you see
quickly? I was having
Go
this
on.
conversation the other day. Why were we so against having a Labour government? And
Who's we?
not us, but even in general,
I
because we have a Conservative government now,
I'm
we
gonna
have to
be
say
real.
in general we.
I'm gonna be real.
Yeah.
It's because of Tony Blair.
No, but it was everyone.
Labour's-
Listen,
it's
it was the
Tony
fear.
Blair.
It was the
Trust them.
fear mongering
It's
against
Tony
Jeremy Corbyn, and everyone thinking that his ideas of spending were too extreme.
Because he embodies Tony Blair. He not embodies
he
Tony Blair.
doesn't,
Sorry, I
man.
take that back. But he embodies some of the qualities that were good,
Nah,
but
man.
it was in the wrong hands. Tony Blair came in with a lot of wild policies, with no way of actually backing up these policies. He just thought,
These are the same measures that Boris Johnson is implementing right now.
However, the way they implement these measures is they implement these measures with, all right, we're going to give you this. However, when this is over, it's going to be a hard time. As we're hit by another recession. They're talking about it.
There's been a
The
recession.
second depression. No, but this is the beginning. This is the build up, bro. This is the build up. They're saying it's going to get worse. Like Trump said, it's going to get worse before it gets better. He
That man
was.
has no idea what he's doing. I
Why
don't. listen to
lie?
him.
Yeah, Tony Blair. I mean, not Tony Blair.
Jeremy Corbyn.
He would have done like if he did get voted into power and he done everything he was proposing, he was trying to do. Bruv, the mad thing would have happened to our
Economy,
dead
yeah,
man.
economy.
No, bro.
I don't think he would handle this any better than.
If Tony
I
got
think
rid of
he
the
absolutely
university,
Actually, no, I
would.
take that back. No, I think he would.
Huh?
I think he would. Go on.
if he got rid of the university thing, yeah.
Fam, why
Bro.
are we all against that, bro?
But I promise you, bro.
University and masters are free in
You
Scotland.
see already, there's universities that are
Free
closing
in
because of
loads
this
of
pandemic,
Scandinavia. Yeah,
bro. It would have been
How
done.
would the university? Where would they get them now again?
it's just
The
an increase
investments-
on taxing,
That's what I mean. So then,
but it's marginal. If everyone puts in like 1% more in their of
It's
their
doable.
wage, then instantaneously you have free
the
education.
question of who's putting in more, how much should you put in? That stuff is so hard.
You
to
just
deal
do it
with,
the same.
especially
You
at this
just
time.
okay. I just put say 2% increase on income tax for everyone in the same brackets that you've already got.
Okay.
So like,
But that's gonna happen anyway after the virus. There's
So
going to
then
be
why-
an increase in something after the virus. We know this.
Yeah.
It's going to happen. It's going to happen because think about it. They've the furlough scheme.
Yeah. There's gonna
Think
be
about
an
how
increase
much
in
money they've
unemployment.
thrown at this stuff. You might haven't deeped it. They've never thrown money at things like this before. They're just dashing it left, right, and centre.
Yeah, for real.
They're pouring it up. They're actually making it rain. And we're thinking, rah, we're loving it. But
This
then,
isn't rain, man. This is trickle, fam.
you think it's trickle?
This is
Yeah,
trickle, bro.
nah, to be honest, we
This
have
isn't
$1 trillion.
This isn't
Yeah.
public spending, man.
This is, you know what it is? They're
This is
basically
so
giving us
loud.
our taxes back.
Honestly.
Lidge, that's all it is. I deeped
Taking
it.
us our taxes back.
Yeah, 100. Nah, bro, Lidge, they give us our
Yeah,
taxes
yeah.
back. They be saying, yeah, nah, we grabbed this from you before, innit?
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
hard times, innit? We'll get back to you, but we're going to take more later.
Handle.
Enjoy.
Handle.
Enjoy. Last thing I want to touch on before we do move on is the vaccine and this
Let me not
hydrochloroquine.
lie to you, bro. I hear what you lot are saying and that. There's probably articles on it and that. But bro, I don't believe there's no vaccine.
You don't believe in the vaccine? Bill Gates said there was a vaccine that he wanted to test in Africa. Now I have to touch on this.
Yeah, that's disgusting.
Why on earth is your first thought is we've come up with a vaccine, let's go take it to Africa? Did they not say that the disease doesn't prevail in hot weathers? So why would you then go and test something in an environment that's not
You
really
see how
beneficial
well
to the
West
experiment?
Africa dealt with the actual virus.
Exactly. And then didn't they kill the president of one country? Well, supposedly killed because he kicked out the WHO. Because apparently they were supposedly telling him to take measures that would initially make the pandemic worse for them. And so he decided to take control of his own country, kick them out, and obviously
The UK kicked him out.
no, he kicked them out of his own country. I can't remember what country it is. I wish I could look, but it might take a while. It's an article, it's an old one. But he kicked the WHO out of the country, the World Health Organization, and he said we're gonna handle this ourselves. He said that they were perpetuating the disease, making it more than it actually is. They weren't really helping them. It was getting worse. And this whole vaccine thing, really and truly, all it does is suppress the virus with someone else and make it harder for it to transfer onto someone else.
See, that's what
That's
I'm
not
trying to
really
say.
a
You think
vaccine,
I'm
man.
Yeah, it's not
thinking
really
that.
a vaccine. It doesn't really stop anything. And that's the same thing that it's a hard one. It's a hard one. Hydroxychloroquine. 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 That's the exact same thing it does. They use it to treat SARS, lupus, arthritis. It's an anti-inflammatory, innit?
Yeah.
So, and that's the same thing that coronavirus does.
I think they just don't know that much about the virus.
There we
itself.
go,
'Cause
yeah.
Initially, remember when everyone was telling you that you shouldn't take ibuprofen
Oh, you know like
as
that.
an anti-inflammatory
But
because
it's
it's been seen to exacerbate the same symptoms.
Yeah, but
So all that
apparently if
coughing-
you use it in a certain dose at a certain time,
Yeah, that's wild,
in a
man.
certain amount, it's effective. That's the same thing with the hydroxychloroquine.
Yeah, we know.
The hydro.
Hydro.
With the-
Hydro. There you
It's the same thing with the hydro, innit?
go. Yeah.
It's used at the beginning, during, and can only be used for people with no underlying health issues, for example, asthma and stuff like that. Like there's
So
things that
specific.
make people exempt,
Mm.
which is also why it got to a point where I started looking at the disease and I started saying it's just starting to look more and more man-made. There are so many parameters that it fits into, and there are so many ways where it can be suppressed, not passed on, dies in this environment. I'm like, rah, starts to look a bit like AIDS. Not as terrible,
What the?
not as bad, not as bad.
Okay, but the sort of
but the way it spreads and the
implementation.
way it it's implemented and
okay.
the way it's going around, it's starting to look a lot like it.
My dad had a really,
Leaders.
not even
Yeah,
my dad.
Pablos.
There's a good conspiracy theory about. Would you like to? I can't. Would you like? Do you have time?
What, the AIDS conspiracy?
No,
About-
not the AIDS conspiracy.
Which one?
About China's reasoning for exposing the world to a virus like
Oh,
this,
now see, I touched on this before.
and how a Chinese government would profit
now,
off of world disease.
now we know China is a communist government, right? It's communist or capitalist? Capitalist.
It's close as you
Communism,
get, so,
capitalism,
yeah, it's
Marxism,
close as
all
you're
that's
gonna
they're all
get.
really the same. Just twist the words a bit and make it a bit different. Think
Why
about
is
it.
it?
Wait, fundamentally,
Nah, man, like
fundamentally.
Marxism and capitalism are basically hand in hand.
Okay, I'll give you that.
Communism is just the opposite.
Opposite of the spectrum, but
Yeah. Okay, but yeah,
ideologically, it's the
it's
same.
like it's
Well,
like
not
looking at political parties. And
Yeah.
Like Labour, Conservatives, and Liberal Democrats
Exactly
are
like
all similar. They're all similar in their
like
ideology,
acronyms
but
of the
they've
ideology,
changed.
yeah.
Yeah.
They're like acronyms of ideology. So for a Chinese government, profiting off world disease, like people being inside, for example, technology, people are gonna want it more. They're gonna crave it. They're gonna want faster stuff because you're gonna. If you spend more time with your internet at home, everyone's using it. It's gonna move slower, right? You're gonna want
Whole
faster
off
internet.
Virgin Media, big man.
Yeah, there you go. You're gonna want faster
So
internet. So what do they do?
useless ass.
They say we got 5G. You don't need Wi-Fi no more. You can have this. You can have internet all around your crib, Now, the health implementations of 5G, they're saying that Wi-Fi is already peak. The amount of radiation we throw into this air is mad. We're doing damage to ourselves over time anyway. Throwing 5G in there is just going to increase the number. It's going to increase the influx of people getting cancer, brain cancer, and all those stuff. Tumors. Now, is it a bad thing? Personally, I want faster internet. But in the long run, a Chinese government having access to every single router in your country is a mad thing. Not to us, but on a national level.
The conspiracy theory that I've researched or read would be that it might be the third instance of a zoologic disease coming out of China. So a disease that's come from animals. Yeah. So we've got like swine flu. Yeah. We've got, I can't remember the name, but anyway, imagine swine flu as the case study before. Boom. Now they knew about the virus about 3 months before it actually it exploded. Yeah. And allowed 2 people or several people with the initial symptoms to travel, and they dismissed it as nothing. Yeah. So you're better able, so once it does propagate and it does and it is a global concern, you've already had months of research to better
so you
combat
can pull yourself out.
Exactly. And the fact that global economies,
that's part 2 of the conspiracy, but go on.
The fact that global economies have had to shut down has meant that the valuation of said economies have gone down. So the value of the
certain part of the economy.
No, but look. So the value of the US dollar has depreciated. Everything has depreciated significantly,
Crazy.
bar the Chinese yen.
People have started buying gold.
So everything
people
has
started buying gold again.
So everything's depreciated except for China's, which has depreciated marginally. So now China is significantly above everyone else because everyone else has gone down to a significant rate. So that in itself means that your economic power has increased significantly. Yeah. Now you've got that in hand with the fact that if they're the first to know about it and the first to research it and the first to be able to combat it, then they're also the first to be able to produce a sort of vaccine.
There we go. Testing kits.
So many things are manufactured that are needed globally. And where are you going to get it from? China. So who's profiting the most out of any of this? China.
Which then...
This isn't fear-mongering, but
which then takes you back to what I was talking about before. I think you ran out of memory.
It's fine.
Yep.
Anywho.
No, but this takes you back to what we were talking about before. China have somehow, I'm not even going to say China have done this on purpose because that's kind of is fear-mongering. It allegedly seems that they somehow figured out a way to topple the economy, put themselves off top and set themselves at the forefront of requirement, meaning that the services that they offer is what the world needs and the only thing that the world needs. Because if you think about technology, we need it right now more than ever. People need to work from home. We're going to need stronger Wi-Fi. Why? Working from home. Coronavirus doesn't seem to be going away. It seems to be getting worse and worse. It seems to disappear, then come back again.
I'm not going to office till next year.
Yeah, you see what I mean? Just like that. So you're going to need good connection. So,
but like Mel said in the beginning, me personally, I don't mind that, bro. I don't mind being.
It's not too bad to be
from home.
Yeah, look at this. It gives you time to learn new skills. Give you time to chill. If you time.
That's not to sort of to feel desensitized or or like sort of rationalize it, make it seem as if it isn't as bad as it is because people are dying.
Definitely. We should definitely treat it like rest in peace
to
everyone.
It's a serious.
Yeah, 100%. Rest in peace to everyone. Issue. Respect to the NHS and everyone doing their bits to make sure that the virus doesn't spread. All the families out there suffering, everyone that's lost their lives. You know what I mean?
I'm not like I just want life to go back to normal.
100%. We all do, but it's never gonna be the same. And this is a learning curve. Yeah. But it's a necessary learning curve.
I don't know for you, man. Sorry.
No, I was going to say, people are being more hygienic than ever now.
Exactly.
If you think about it, that's changed.
I don't know for you, man, but I don't know how... I feel like I'll continue like the frequency of
washing hands,
even wearing a mask. I don't mind that because
it's not a bad idea.
This TFL and the dustiness in the
especially the underground, but that
bro.
is a subject for another time.
I'll take them, man. TFL crew.
Oh yeah, real talk. Them was on, man. I in the field.
And all.
Thank you everyone for watching. It's me, OD.
It's been Kamali.
Get me Fast Lane Entertainment.
Down no shout. For some stuff coming. Thank you for watching.